Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017. Welcome back to Upton Farm. So, it's a Friday. Tell you what, let's get us started. Tell you about what's going on the farm and in real life. So, I did bring everything back over, everything, including I went over to the store and I got a front loader that I had accidentally left over there. Yeah, I saw that little legacy item. It's been, yep, and then up at the top of the screen. Something's going on. Right, let's get started fertilizing and I'll tell you. So, we have 3 fields that can be fertilized, and that's going to be our canola fields on this side of the map. So that's field 3, field 9, and field 40. I filled up the hopper and I put it on the T6. I figured we've got enough miles on the JCB. Maybe we'll rest that for a minute. Let me see. I've got face tracking going, or at least I did. Continuing to mess with my curves and settings. Try to get this nice and smooth. And we're definitely making progress on that. At least I hope we are. So, I woke up this morning. I recorded a train sim video last night. Train Sim World. Recorded that. Put it in my editing software. Made my changes and then set it to render. Right? And that generally takes between an hour and 3 hours. And I do other things, obviously, while it's going on. Not on the machine. And that's an old habit, even though I know I probably, at this point, have enough RAM to handle... See that? Look at that. You can't see it as well there. Let me find one in daylight. I turned off... Wow, I've got 3 topics going now. So we've got this FXAA down here, which I assumed was some type of anti-aliasing. So I turned off anti-aliasing in the game, right? In the actual Giants engine, I turned off anti-aliasing, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't turn it back on now, because we've got a pretty wicked picket fence on the top of that gate right there. Pretty gnarly pixelization, and we don't see really a big savings in FPS, so I'll turn that back on. I mean, we're at 30 right now, and from above looking down we jump to 60, so that's about right. So we've seen no savings in FPS. Yeah, I will turn anti-aliasing back on. And we are seeing these legacy items. I can see one on the mirror right now. I don't know if that's related to Reshade Suite FX or what's going on with my system in general. I'll tell you about that right now. So, I put my train sim video into render last night. When it was done, oh, no row crop tires. Alright, well, it's too late now and I'm just looking to get this done. So I put my video into render. It took a couple hours. When it came out, I transferred it to my network folder and shut down my Omen laptop that I use for gaming and some rendering. I have another machine that I use for other rendering. When I woke up this morning, I knew I needed to knock this farm sim vid out, so fired everything up, and I had lost, let me see how I want to do this. I had lost my audio services, and then I lost my taskbar. I use the hide taskbar And it was hiding all right. It wouldn't come in at all. And fortunately, I have enough technology that I can get online and I can do some research and try to figure things out. But I really wasn't having a lot of luck figuring this out. I was trying to start from the BIOS. Trying to start from the BIOS and see if we could get a handle on it that way. And eventually I did seem to get things working. I don't know what happened last night that would cause it to, right? I don't recall anything happening last night as I was shutting down that would cause that problem this morning. And I don't know what exactly I did this morning to fix it, if I fixed it at all, because there's a difference between fixing something and something just not happening anymore. But whatever it is, for the moment, it's not happening. I don't know what caused it, but I know we are seeing those legacy flashes. Archive items, whatever you want to call them. We're seeing some weirdness in our graphics right now. I'm just going to drive all the way up and around. Completely spaced that when I jumped on the T6 that I hadn't swapped out for road crop tires. It's alright, not the end of the world. We've got tram lines now. So that's everything that's going on. As far as why those things are flashing up there, what it means, if anything. Oh, one other thing while I'm looking at it. I thought I had these turned off. The markers. Interactive zone markers off. Okay, so those are hard-coded in there. Not going away. Right. So I think I've fixed whatever the problem is. But now I'm seeing these flashes and these sort of graphics errors. So I don't know about Reshade and SweetFX. I don't know. I mean, I know it didn't cause the other problems with having my taskbar disappear and audio driver issues and that sort of thing. I know it didn't cause that problem. But I'm wondering if it's causing some graphics issues just in FarmSim. So, oh man, it's that PC life. And I've thought about going. I don't think I would ever go exclusively console because there are games that I can't get on console. And I'd also have to get, oh yeah, look in that rearview mirror, you can see all that pixelation. I'll turn the anti-aliasing on. I have to quit out of the game to get to it, and I believe that would cancel our game record. So I'll just leave it as is, and I'll do it off camera. Right. Yeah, that's terrible. But now looking at that mirror, I mean, that's two problems. One is the anti-aliasing needs to be back on, and the other is that little thing down in the corner. I don't even know what I'm looking at there. That white sort of flash down in the corner. What is that? Oh man, it's a morning. It's definitely a morning. So I need to pull some logs from my laptop and see what's going on there, whether that's an update thing, whether that's a driver thing. Oh, this. Although I'm feeling pretty good about the curves that I've set for face tracking. It's one bright spot. Ugh. Right. So we're going to get these fields taken care of now. I think I put tram lines in here. Did I? Did I not? I think I did. If not, this field's about to have some tram lines. Oh man, I'm so scattered right now. I hate when I game like this. Right. Did I? Did I not? Sure didn't. Okay, so let's do this. Let's turn this 90 degrees. Is that right? No, we want them just dead north-south. So, no, we don't. We want them 45. Okay, so. Oh, making a mess. I hate when I make a mess. So, automatic work width. Cancel the offset, and we're going to rotate this that way. I can't really see it now. Right. Rotate this way. I think that's about right. Right. Yeah. It's been an interesting morning. So if I jump on, oh, easy. If I jump on here, okay, we'll just say we're making some tram lines. Could have sworn I laid these in here. Maybe it's just in field 40. So yeah, I'll sort all that stuff out. Now I haven't seen that flicker across the top for a few minutes now, so maybe that's resolved itself. Maybe something else was causing it. I don't know. Probably my least favorite kind of problem in PC World is an intermittent problem, because you never know if you solved it, or if it solved itself, or whatever. It's just not there anymore. And I guess this is, it always, I mean, anytime I do something dumb, it kind of irritates me, but I don't like destroying crop. And I guess the way I sort of rationalize this, maybe it's not the right word for it, but I tell myself that we would have, had we laid in tram lines while we were drilling, we would have just not planted a complementary amount of crop. So I'm not actually destroying anything that we would not have lost anyway by not planting it, if that makes sense. At least that's what I tell myself. Right. The other thing is, as wonky as my audio was this morning, trying to get everything set up, I don't even know if I'm recording audio to this. I know the game audio is picking up, at least I hope it is, but I don't even know if I'm, yeah, I don't even know if I could be talking to myself. Would not be the first time. So I just noticed my fuel, I'll have to drive through the farm, but we can drive through the farm to get to field 40 anyway. That's not the end of the world. It's sort of on the way. And the last thing I'm curious about is how accurately I kind of guesstimated my GPS. I don't know how closely I lined it up with the side of this field. We'll see when I make my turn here. Alright. So yeah, man, another day in paradise, another day on the farm, and I think this is going to be my last recording, probably for the weekend, definitely for today, possibly for the weekend, because I was doing 1 a day. The past few days I've done 3 a day. Not really sure why. It's kind of a creative burst. Oh. Maybe not perfect, but pretty close. Pretty close. Alright. That helps my mood a little bit. That cheers me up. Alright. And now we have tram lines. So sexy. Look at that. Oh, like real fake farmers. So we'll go get fuel, and then we'll bop up and throw fertilizer on field 40. We'll call it an episode, and maybe we'll call it a weekend. Right. Ah! Okay. My left to right seems to track pretty well, but my up and down, my look up and look down, does not. Because I zeroed this. Right now I have my chin down, like a very sad person. Ugh. Right? If I was making a face, that's the face I'd be making. Ugh. And it's to keep my look down. If I hold my head at a normal angle, I'm looking up at the ceiling. And I zeroed it specifically to not do that, so I need to re-zero it, but not going to. I just want to sort of count my losses and get this video done. There's so many things wrong with this. Between the anti-aliasing and the row crop tires and the flash on the mirror and everything else, I don't want to get cute, hop out. And that's assuming that I'm even recording this. If I'm not, I'm going to have to pull save game from last night and do a bunch of stuff, and I'm really not in the mood to do that. So if that's the case, I might just call it. Alright, I'm going to pull in here, get fuel. I'm not going to get a full tank, I'll just get a little bit. Just enough to, you know. Right. Hop out so the camera's not jerking all around. And actually, while this is doing its thing, I can run over here and maybe open some gates. Sure, why not? Better than just sitting there. Yeah, turn the anti-aliasing back on. Who knew? Right? I mean, how else would we find out without a little bit of experimentation, a little bit of exploring? It's fun to figure stuff out. I learned something about Train Sim World yesterday. Man, I said something in a video, and then I finished the scenario, and then oh, look at that sky, man. It's like Mordor out there. Look how grainy that is. Yeah, we gotta get anti-aliasing back on. That looks terrible. Oh, full tank, fantastic. So, face tracking. Oh, now it's even worse. Now it's like I can't get my head down far enough. Oh, game. So I said something in a train sim vid yesterday about the train that I was driving, something that I couldn't figure out. I ended the recording, I ended the episode at the end of the scenario. I didn't rage quit or anything, I was just done. Turned the recording off, and then just for curiosity, tried something, and that was the fix to the problem that I had a minute earlier. Right? So I'm in the train, I say, oh, too bad there's no deedly doot doot. Finish the scenario, pause the recording, and then there's my deedly doot doot right there. It was there the whole time. So feeling kind of Melvin about that. And I did a race video, vintage Formula One from Watkins Glen, and before the video starts I say it's Formula One, so we're going to do a rolling start. And what I should have said was, it's Formula One on a wet track, so we're going to do a rolling start. But whatever. You know, nobody cares about this stuff. Ooh. Nobody cares about this stuff. It's just a game. It's just a video game. I don't have any traffic anyway, man. There's nobody seeing this. Who am I kidding? Now this one. Surely we have tram lines in this big field. It'd be awesome if we did. Right. Let's go open the gate. Do we? I think we do. So that's, yep, we sure do. Okay, cool. So that's something, I don't want to say that's something going right, but it's a little better. Oh, we have a lot of tram lines. We got extra tram lines. Tram lines everywhere. This is my, so that will cover that. I think, if I recall correctly, we made like a headland, a tramline headland. Yeah, we sure did, but we made it too close to the outside. It's okay, still counts. Just, and we're good on, we've got enough volume of fertilizer to finish. We've got plenty. Now, our grass fields, today is the 4th day of summer. I think I may skip ahead on time and take us to day 7. On day 7, I believe our grass will hit growth stage 2. And we can, well, do more fertilizing. We'll fertilize our grass, growth stage 2, and then start mowing. And if I have to skip that far ahead, I'll also have to feed and water the sheep. They don't have enough food and water to last till then. So maybe I won't skip ahead all the way to day 7. Maybe I'll skip ahead 1 or 2 days and then have an episode where we mow some grass to feed the sheep and give them some water. That's a possibility as well. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's how that'll go down. I know I've got quite a wicked overlap here. I'm just trying to follow the tram lines and, you know, get through this episode without anything else going wrong. Although nothing's gone really catastrophically wrong. It just feels, it all feels kind of, you know? Yeah, you know. It just doesn't feel right. This is the worst, most emotional farm simulator day of my whole life. Okay. One more row. How many? Just one. It's like 1, 2 after this, maybe 3. So we'll get done here. I'll drive this back to the farm, park it up, and we'll call it an episode. Now I know technically if you've got, in real life, if you do have tram lines, you still need row crop tires that are designed to fit in the rows. I don't think you can run, because we've got extra wide tires on this New Holland. I don't think you can run extra wide tires without having the same problem that we're having right now, which is we're still smashing crop. So when this is all said and done, we're not going to have tram lines so much as we're going to have little farm roads across our field. I'm trying to line it up as best I can, but it's still smashing some of that crop in the center. But again, it's my fault, so it's nothing for me to complain about. It's something that I didn't do as well as I should have. So, and when I say that, I'm not beating myself up or anything. I'm just, I guess, acknowledging it's not the game's fault. It's nobody's fault but mine. Should have put row crop tires on this thing, but I totally spaced it in my enthusiasm. And I do that a lot. Fortunately, I only do that in video games. In real life, I tend to be pretty methodical. So maybe we got a little alter ego action going on here, maybe? Right, like Simulator World is a place where I can be maybe a little bit less about planning and being very thorough and more just about having fun. I'll unpack that later. Or maybe I won't. That's still something to think about. Right, so turn around. We'll head back down this other row. Although I don't even know that we have to. It's close enough to the side of the field. I think we may have covered it all with our headland, but whatever. And I think we've got, I think we've got enough fertilizer in here to do a couple of grass fields. And when the grass does hit growth stage 2 and when it's time to mow, I think what I might do is just fertilize 1 or 2 fields, probably the 2 closest to the farm, the ones that we own that don't have numbers, and I'll fertilize them to get the 3rd layer on, and then I'll mow them straight away instead of fertilizing everything and then mowing everything. Try to mix up the action a little bit so it doesn't get too boring. Although I feel like, as far as farm simulator videos, I feel like in a way they're all sort of boring, but it's kind of what I like about them. Yep, I have my chin down so low to try to not be looking up at the ceiling. Oh, game. Right, so we get through here. And then try to get back through this gate, driving only where I've been. Okay. Set the brake. Close the gate. Save game. Pause while we save game. Back into first person. Here we go. So I'll turn anti-aliasing back on and see if it fixes what's going on with that mirror. If it doesn't, then Reshade Sweet FX may have to go. I like it, but seem to be having some issues. Although it could just be something going on with that broadcast spreader. We'll take a look when we drop the spreader and see if it continues. Oh, I can see all the pixelation from having the anti-aliasing turned off, and I'm just kicking myself for turning it off. And I know I've thought about doing more test videos. I do a ton of test videos for the various sims that I'm playing with right now. I do actually do a fair bit of testing. And when I think about that, you know, doing more testing for something like Farm Sim, so we don't have issues like we're having right now, like the anti-aliasing. Had I tested, I would have seen that, and you know, I get that, but I kind of like the way we do it. You know, I kind of like I wouldn't call it fail. Let's see if I can do this. See if I can do this just with the mirrors, ETS style. Well, I got it in there straight. I just didn't get it back far enough. But I did get us past the post. Right, so let's see if this helps that mirror any. Nope. It's the corner of the mirror, whether the... Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. We'll see if the anti-aliasing takes care of that. If not, we'll play with SweetFX a little bit. If that doesn't help, then it's got to go. Right. Now, without that big hopper on the back, this I think we can just do this looking backwards. Right. Close some gates. All right, and one more. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 2017 here on Upton Farm. We'll see you soon. Take care now.